So welcome to the summertime version of the Acmos Bioenergetic Collective. You're very welcome to join me today as we take a deep dive into supporting our own energy in the face of whatever is going on in the atmosphere of the Earth, the ground of the Earth, and also what happens geopolitically, geo-weather-wise, and all these factors influence our energy, and they impact our defense energy first, which is kind of like our outer shell of energy. And if we don't have enough energy for our defense, we start to take it from our body's energy, our working energy. And then when our working energy runs out, because it's not an indefinite supply, it's topped up with food, and it's topped up with the oxygen from the air, and it's topped up with fun and laughter as well, and it's topped up with things like this. But when it comes on the low side, then we start to use our underlying resilience, our core energy, that is we call it the energy reserves. And when we start to dip into our energy reserves, just like a savings account, then eventually it runs out if you don't keep topping it up. So the big part of Acmos is about getting the energy from the surface and collecting some of it into the deep reserves to build up our inner resilience, and then making sure that the gateway is open between spending and saving so that we get that beautiful flow of energy. And when there's really enough energy in the outer energy, then we've got plenty energy for defense, which just means when we need to react to something around us, we have the resources and the working energy to do it. So it's a beautiful sort of hierarchy of energy, and we're going to go in there today and see what we can do for the group. And once again, we have a lovely global spread all the way from Midwestern United States to India in the east. So, and myself parked here in the middle in Bonnie, Scotland, joined by others from the United Kingdom as well. So it's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm surprised that people have given up their time on this lovely weather, but here we are. So we're going to just see what happens. So can I do a balance for the collective? Yes. May I? Should I? Do I have the capacity to do this? So to kind of hold the space for everyone, and remembering that I'm part of the collective too. So this balancing helps my energy too. So do I have the capacity to, and do I need to reinforce my own energy? No, there's no response there. So my energy body is quite happy that it will be able to work with whatever we're all working with together today. So how many harmonies are there for today? Just one. And is it an essential oil? And it normally is an oil, and I'll tell you why. The essential oils are about our inherited programs. They're the patterns and the traits and the tendencies that we inherit down the line throughout the generations, all the way from our oldest ancestors to our grandparents, including the great-great-greats, all the way back to our parents, and then into ourselves. And that is sort of activated or supplemented by what happens to us in our lifetime. And that gives us that sort of beautiful playing of our DNA and how it expresses itself. So a metaphor I like to use is if you imagine that your DNA is like two grand pianos, and you're going to play the keyboards, and the keyboards or the pianos are your DNA, one from mom, one from dad. And in the center, there's your energy body, which has the wisdom of connection with source and all it is. It has your grand design rather than your parents' and grandparents' grand design. So how that energy imprints on the available information in your inherited line. So your energy body plays the grand pianos. And some of those pianos may come into life with bum notes in them. Or some of them might be beautifully tuned. So people with a really strong constitution, they come in with well-tuned DNA. They perhaps have less trauma in their own lives, and therefore they are able to be resilient in the face of whatever life throws at them. Some other people come in with inherited weaknesses. That's what I call the bum notes. So if you've got a bum note on your keyboard, then you can play the other keyboard, because remember you have one from mom, one from dad. Or you can retune with therapies like Acmos, where they're retuning the energy body so that you have greater clarity within your expression of yourself, both from an energetic point of view and also from an inherited point of view through your physical form. So the working energy works through the physical form. The electromagnetic charged body, the resilience or not of the emotional body. and how the mind impacts that. Because our mind does like to get involved, doesn't it? And then we have the spiritual body, the vibration of who we are rippling out into the universe. So when we tune that note and we feel more connected with the universal flow, then we feel more at peace with ourselves no matter what's going on in our bodies or in our lives. So that's where we're going to work today. We're going to try and thread or weave all three together into harmony to give you a bit more resilience, a bit more energy in your resilience, in your base, in your inner reserves, so that you can draw on it when you need it to work for the working functions of your body, because that takes energy. And then, if you need it in defense in the face of scorching temperatures or disasters happening in the world or whatever is going on around us, then you can draw on a stable base. So we're going to use an essential oil, and just take this up a little bit. And I have my small kit here, my student kit. And we're going to look for an oil. These two lines here are the essential oils. So in the top row and second row, marjolaine, mint, myrtle, orange, oregano, patchouli. Really strong response on patchouli today, folks. So we're all saying, yes, let's have some of that. And patchouli is a lovely oil. It's very warm. It's linked actually with passion and zest for life. So let's just have a little bit of a look more about it, because I haven't done patchouli for a while and my brain can't cope with remembering hundreds and hundreds of remedies. So I'll just have a little squeeze at my notes. So patchouli oil, very grounding, antidepressant. So it lifts the mood. So if it's an antidepressant, it means that it raises the mood. So the positive side of patchouli. It's antiseptic, so it helps us when we're faced with infections. Restores and stimulates, bringing reason, persistence, and perseverance. And boy, do we sometimes need that in this day and age. It's like the perfect storm almost at the moment in a lot of our lives. So raising our vitality and also hope, and seeing beyond that perfect storm to the fact that struggles and difficulties make us more resilient. We learn more from difficulties than we learn when life is easy. It just sometimes takes a little time. So patchouli assists the manifestation of your thoughts, plans, and dreams. How wonderful. Okay, so let's reduce stress and tension, improve mood, energizes, decreases lethargy, so energizes and invigorates. Let's see what happens when we put it into action. So we're going to put it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. Okay. And then let's just see, we're going to clear the surface. So everyone has different stuff going on in their bodies. You will take this resonance in wherever you need it. So although it's quite a yang oil, and I've got very, very warm just at the start there, starting to calm down and slow down. Energy body listening. So just allowing yourself to be really comfortable. Make sure that you're sitting on something that you can relax back into as your energy starts to slow. 1-1, connection with source and all that is. Connecting through your heart with the earth, and through the earth, the center of our solar system. Atomic beings made from stardust, interconnected through our solar system, connecting with the center of the Milky Way to the center of the universe. But all things are linked. Allowing your shoulders to soften, the breath to deepen. Getting in touch with your inner self, the self behind your belly button, self in the pelvis, self in the center of your chest. Really embodying that vibrational or soul energy inside yourself. And then using that wisdom to tune up any area that needs help, that needs a little bit extra, that needs to be reconnected. And giving that area more vitality for the working parts, the lymphatic system ready, on duty. Already I can see there's some yawns happening in the group. So that's beautiful as people start to slip into parasympathetic or rest, relax, and heal mode. Now we want more vitality in the area that's blocked. So just allowing that energy to go wherever it needs to go. Your energy body knows. That warming kind of muskiness of the patchouli, reaching deep inside, allowing you to reset. And now from that area that's just been energized, collecting that information back to the center, building your resources and your resilience, connecting. And we're just going into still points, so we're just going to sit for a moment in the stillness and calmness. And as you breathe in and out, your body is going to relax even more, very deeply, as if you were a leaf floating on a very gentle breeze, just gently moving from side to side, allowing that energy of calmness and quietness to pass down through every part of you till it reaches the floor. Topping up now, filling your resources. Just like putting a plug into the bath means you fill the bath with warm water and it stays there. When the base is not strong enough, then the energy just floats through and down the plug hole. Connecting, filling you up at the deepest of levels, and connecting with your true self again. How would you like to direct that energy that you've just reclaimed? The energy, not something strange from around you, but the energy within you, the light within your living cells, collecting it in, informing your energy body what's happening. And just, I don't know if you can see the antennas just kind of swaying side to side very gently. So just allow your body to sway side to side very gently, all the way from the tip of the head to the neck, to the shoulders, and to the pelvis. There we go. Sometimes the energy work is like a magic key. And when you get to the right point in the lock, it turns and starts to move again. Now filling up the outer energy, the working energy, topping up, just like putting fuel in your car, and also testing the repairs that you've made. Drawing the energy from sunlight deeply into the areas which need it. Remembering that the patchouli oil is energizing and invigorating. And boy, are we pulling in some of that yang energy, that invigoration, lifting and raising our vitality together. Oh, there we go. Is it done? Okay. But I just want you to just allow your body to do whatever it wants to do now, because I can feel mine wants to have a bit of a stretch and then maybe a shift. So just follow your natural instincts. There we go. And there's a little bit more now that we've shifted ourselves around. So remembering that the energy is in your body, sometimes moving your body helps the energy move rather than just doing energy work and hoping it gets where it needs to go. Using the combination of the physical, the emotional, the spiritual, targeting, and then using the antenna as the broadcast tool to get the message there. So now we want to make sure things are not too fast because we did get a little bit heated there. So just making sure things are not too fast, not too slow. There's not too much pressure out, and there's not too much drawing in. We don't want to get stuck, but we also don't want to be. So just gently recalibrating the speed to just right for you. That's lovely. Once again into stillness. Nice big sigh if you can. And kind of melting as you sigh out. If you ask your body to relax, it will. If you tell it to, it may not. Going back to our connection with Source and all it is, the bridge between our energy body and our working body, our yang energy. Bridging into our deep reserves, making sure that the brains of our energy body, the energetic intelligence and wisdom of your energy body knows what's happening in the physical realm. And there, as we touch on that frequency again, more yawning, because it's very deep. It's calming, it's soothing, it's connecting. If it feels right for you, I'd like you just to take your heels and stamp them on the floor. If you're not on the floor, you can just do it in your mind. You don't have to actually do it physically. But I'm just feeling that need to just do a little bit of grounding through the physical body. Maybe. That reconnection with the universal flow and with Source that makes us feel so at peace with ourselves. And then opening the veil and gently asking any energy that's still been stuck in your body because it's been blocked to leave, to make way for fresh new energy. When the energy leaves, then sometimes the old cells that were holding on to that energy are also released and let go, so that we rebuild our bodies with fresh, new, young cells. Every cell has its lifetime. The oldest cell in your body is about 14 years old, and those are the neurons. The youngest cells, I think about 2 days for the covering of the eye or the lining of the gut. So thinking about how often your cells are replacing themselves, rebuilding billions of red blood cells every day. Very efficient for cleaning out the old, provided your liver is working well. But also quite costly in terms of energy. So if we optimize the energetics, then perhaps we take our foot off the accelerator that's pushing our bodies to work to replace and replenish itself, which then frees up energy to heal for any areas that have been abandoned. It's one of Reddy's favorite words. So just lifting the veil and allowing the old, stagnant or stale energy to leave. And then as we reconnect with the divine once more, we can now manifest our own unique vibration, our own pattern, and our own destiny more clearly through our bodies, minds, and spirits. Is there anything else we can strengthen today? How many more settings? Just one. And the energy, hormones, systems, cells, genetic, emotional, neuronal, karmic, anteriority. That's a wonderful reset button, tuning in with the strength and the resilience of the human species, going back to those ancient ancestors. They survived because they thrived in their environment, because they learned the skills needed to carry on. And so drawing on that unique human strength, that quality that we all carry hidden in ourselves and oldest parts of our DNA, this is strengthening the positive side of that human experience, drawing on the strengths, like turning up a light, turning up a dimmer switch. And bringing that ancient wisdom into our energy bodies, into our reserves, making us stronger, more capable, happier to stay on our own path towards our own true north by stabilizing our inner compass. Another big sigh and just have a bit of a wiggle. Is there anything else that can be strengthened? That's all. So I'm going to go over now to the side of the antenna that helps us to clear out anything that we can put down at this stage. Are there negative memories to clear? So more recent genetic memories to clear. So we've tapped into the really old stuff, and then we're going to go back through our own more direct genetic predecessors, our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. And can we give an idea of time? Is it years, centuries, 2 centuries? So we're going back to 18, not 10, 10 to 20, 10, 11, 1811. There was something happened to humanity that left a trace that our body is reminded of somehow now. And by clearing that resonance from our energy bodies, we no longer are so reactive in the here and now. It's about 6 generations, generally 5 to 6 generations, going back for that length of time. So we're clearing, strengthening with a lot of very old, really deep coherence within us, and then clearing another old pattern, but not quite so old. So that's it. The things that happen to everyone around the world that impact everyone, they're the things that get stuck in our ancestral patterns. So connecting back with your true self again, and this time, once again, opening the door to let any trapped energy out to the surface so that it can be cleared away or eliminated. So I'd like you all to relax your tummy, relax your seat muscles and your legs, relax your shoulders, and relax your nose. Relax your eye sockets. Make funny faces at me if you like. That's it, lovely. Stretch your fingers out. Both hands, give them a wiggle. And then let them go very soft. As we then clear away anything that's been released from the energy body into the physical body, now working its way out through the physical realm. Drinking plenty of water after the session, and plenty of sleep tonight. Okay, so the energy body really responding there to plenty of sleep tonight. So perhaps an early night for all of us. That's all for dynamize. Harmonize, reinforce, pathos, place, follow up, inhale. That's all. Is there anything else with the oil? And is there another harmony that's needed today? Do we need a color? Just so we do a deep cleanse at the end. Then we're going to choose it on 2.1 on 17.6. So we're going to choose it on the setting that really helps our working lymphatic system, our cellular cleaning mechanism and recycling centers to do a bit more deeper or more thorough work, to have the energy to do the task at hand. So we're going to go not 4, 5, 2. Top line, second line, third line, number 9, 10, 11, 12. Number 12, wonderful color. It's part of the color on my top. It's a lovely green with a slight hint of lemon to it. And number 12 is an important color because it goes with the big hinge joints, particularly the knees. And it's about moving forwards with purpose and ease. Sometimes when we change direction, we slow ourselves down. And then as we follow that new direction, stepping out, owning that purpose-driven direction that we're following. We're going to use that just for 1 minute, and then you'll come together as a group and just share the moment. And my antenna is the broadcasting device, so I just set it there with the base towards the mass. And just absorb. So just for 1 minute. Just allow your hands, the backs of your hands, to sit either on your table if you're at a desk, or on your thighs if you're just sitting on a chair. Palms upwards, becoming aware of the warmth in your palms. Becoming aware of the energy in your fingertips. Becoming aware of your own presence. Sensitivity, optimism, and growth. Allowing your spine to come a little bit taller and have a bit of a smile on your face. Big breath. And if you feel any kinks in your spine, then let them go. Bend backwards. We spend too much time as humans hunching forwards. Bend backwards. Open the chest and the breath all the way down to the fingertips. And thinking about that color, bringing you forwards with purpose, like the figurehead of a ship breaking through the waves, creating new ripples as it goes. Beautiful. So thank you for joining us today. And if you're joining online, then we'll just have a look at whether this video is a one-off or whether you can watch it again if you really liked it. So this video will be valid for days, weeks, for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So it'll be available through YouTube for the next 4 weeks, and then we take them down because the energy around us has shifted. But the one we did a month ago was one that could be used indefinitely, but only once a month. So if you enjoy this one and you go looking for others, then you might find our June version, mid to late June, and you can have a look at that one too. Is there anything else for today's collective? So the Bioenergetic Collective, the living energy of the group. That's us. Bye for now.